Aries, welcome back to my channel. I understand you are probably mad at me because I haven't been here in a long time, but I promise you I am back on the YouTube. I've been behind the scenes, closing deals in heels, getting things done, ready to build the next evolution of my business. And I'm so excited that I get to do this front of house with you guys now moving forward. Now, as we're diving into today's episode, Aries, please do drop your breakthroughs down below and don't forget to like and subscribe. Now, Aries, I get the impression that you should not be apologizing. The one thing that I wrote down when I was scribbling on just what was coming through and what I wanted to share is the fact that you have nothing to apologize for, Aries. And it feels very much like the energy around you, maybe not a specific person, but more like the situations in your life have made you feel like you have something to apologize for. Now, this could be intimate relationships. It could be family dynamics. It could be work environments. Something has made you feel like you need to apologize as though you're to blame how things worked out in some type of situation. And actually what Spirit is saying here is that you're not to blame. And I feel how you've kept yourself in this cycle of not enough-ness is believing that you are the reason why you've had certain earth experiences. And it feels like you've taken away the energy from everybody else and you've allowed yourself to blame yourself. But there's somebody else at blame here. There's either somebody that hurt you on a family level or somebody that hurt you on a relationship level that had a huge knock-on effect on your life. And that imprint on your life, it didn't just go away. It didn't just stop. It didn't just stop hurting. And ultimately, you have to give yourself permission to recognize that you can't blame yourself anymore. At the end of the day, what has happened in the past has happened, but how you alchemize your future is by realizing and recognizing that that chapter is done. That alchemy is available to you right now. And if we look at April coming through to the end of May, we are really seeing a lot of alchemy around you. This is about how you place all of your herby energy in the cauldron, so to speak. And I'm seeing like a sprinkling of different things. What you place in the cauldron is so important right now. And you want to make sure that you're bringing in the spice and you're bringing in the connection. Now, what Spirit is saying is that you've been struggling with motivation. I feel motivation has been a big challenge, and it's been a big challenge because you didn't realize how much of an effect certain situations had on you. I actually get the impression that there might have been some post-traumatic stress. There might have been some kind of like intensity in that journey, but there's something that's had a huge effect on you. And as a result, you know, now you're at this point where it's like, hey, let's focus on our future. Let's give ourselves what we need for the future. But in order to focus on the future, you have to give yourself permission to say, okay, that was the past. Now let me alchemize. Now let me see what gets to be available for me. And let me give myself permission to find motivation. Now, motivation died down because you didn't have the capacity to think about it. But there's a huge realization of where you've given your power away. You've put all of your focus onto, you know, feeling the emotions of what you've been through, that you've actually stopped realizing that it's okay to write and pave a new journey. And so what Spirit is bringing to the surface is this huge reminder that there's a major need to give yourself what it is that you need now moving forward to find your spark back and your creativity. And remember, sometimes that spark requires you to actually go inward. I'm seeing a time of stillness. And so it's not a time of running out there in business or career or relationships and like trying to do all of the things. It's a time of stillness and really coming back to yourself, coming back to your value and figuring out how do you need to feed yourself first. You have needs, right? You have things that you need for yourself, and the journey of momentum and motivation will come when you go inwards. I know that silence, you might feel like you've been in the silence for a long period of time, but you've actually not allowed yourself to be silent. It's like you haven't really been doing anything, but you've still been plugged in, right? And what Spirit is saying is that you have to plug out. You need like a week where you don't do anything, where you don't think about anything, you don't respond to anything. And it's your job to create that space so that you can think freely, because this ability to stay switched in, like, it's no longer a reflect, Aries. Actually, you need to plug out. You need to plug out and give yourself what it is that you need. And right now, the secret to your next level and the secret to healing is all about the stillness and the spaciousness that you need to give to yourself so that you can heal moving forward. So Aries, right now, pause. Like, that is the only thing I have to say is you need to pause. coming through April up until the back end of May, you need to pause. And that's going to feel really restrictive, and it's going to feel counterproductive, and you're going to feel like you want to do all of the things. Don't do all of the things because it's pointless. You'll be wasting your time and your energy, and you're only fueling further towards this burnout. Instead, just let things be. Just let things be. Just leave them as they are. Just say, F it. Like, what if I just F it and leave it, and I come back to my focus on what really matters to me, which is myself, and give myself chance to get excited by my reality again, and look at what you need rather than what everybody else needs. Because again, you've become a pro at people pleasing, and you're giving so much to everybody else that you have stopped giving to yourself. Bring it back to yourself right now. Bring it back to your needs and stop people pleasing. When you stop people pleasing, you realize that actually it's safe to just like burn it all to the ground. And that's very much the energy that I'm getting for you right now, Aries, is that you're meant to burn it to the ground. Like, you're meant to release it. You're meant to burn it to the ground. You're meant to let go of it. And ultimately, that burn to the ground is not about never coming back. It's about rebuilding from the ashes. So you're still invested in the same process, in the same vision for your life and your future, but you're invested in a new way where you're no longer able to let it come from this place of struggle and validation. You no longer care about validation. I'm actually seeing a big like F you to the people in your life that have hurt you, and realizing that you've allowed them to feel okay in the situation and you've taken all the blame. And now it's like, no, I'm not going to take this blame and I'm not going to hold this anymore. So let me know how this resonates, this little juicy taster of what's in store, and I will see you again very shortly for more videos.